This video contains installation instructions for the Pro Plus liner system. The Pro Plus liner system includes everything needed to completely seal out moisture from entering the crawl space and consists of moisture wicking drain fabric, Pro Plus liner, bonding sealant, button head anchors, foil seam tape, and white seam tape. The options available to enhance your crawl space improvement include a sump pump well cover with see-through window, the quiet clear sump pump check valve, a sealing heat shield that reflects the heat back into your living area. The tools needed to do the job are a tape measure, garden rake or come-along, box cutter or razor knife, electric drill with a 1/4 inch masonry bit, hammer, standard caulking gun, work gloves, and safety glasses. To install the optional sump well cover, you will need a hacksaw, a hole saw, a rubber coupler, and a screwdriver. When adding or replacing a sump pump check valve, PVC cleaner, primer, and glue are used. Be sure to read the printed instruction sheet provided with the Pro Plus liner system. Additional detailed information and precautions are supplied. Step 1. Clean and remove all debris from the crawl space and level the floor as best as possible using a garden rake or come-along. Step 2. Roll out the drain fabric to cover the entire floor. Cut around any obstacles such as support posts, plumbing, and sump wells. Bring the fabric up close to the footing. Even out any wrinkles so the drain fabric lies flat on the floor. Step 3. Select the first wall to be covered. Roll out the Pro Plus liner the full length of the wall and cut about 24 inches longer than the wall for overlap. Roll out the liner with the foil side down for the best heat reflection, or if you desire a more bright finish, roll out the liner with the foil side up. Step 4. Starting in a corner, stand up the liner with the foil or white side in and fit the liner into and around the corner as seen here. The bottom of the liner will drape over the footing and out onto the drain fabric. Note, if your footing is a step as seen here, you'll need to tuck the liner to conform to the step. Also, you will be covering any crawl space vents. We will address these vents later in this video. Note, for placement of the Pro Plus liner to the wall, check with your state and local building codes for accepted distance from the top of the foundation. In this home, we'll be aligning with the top edge of the foundation wall. Step 5. Pull the liner into place even with the top edge of the wall. Then drill a hole through the liner into the block 2 inches from the top edge and as close to the corner as you can. Insert a button head anchor into the hole and tap it into place with a hammer. Move down the wall, attaching anchors about 4 feet apart along the top edge, cutting around any obstacles. When anchoring around obstacles, place the anchors about 2 inches from the cut edges of the liner to leave room for the application of bonding sealant. Step 6. Secure the liner at the bottom of the wall in the same manner as the top edge, placing the anchors in line with the upper anchors and as close as you can to the footing. Follow the same procedure for the rest of the walls, overlapping about 6 to 8 inches at the seams. Make your corner seams a few inches away from the corners to avoid awkward corner taping when finishing with seam tape. Step 7. Find the vents that were covered earlier and cut the liner away as seen here. Note, various conditions affect whether it is advisable to seal the crawl space vents. Refer to the printed instruction sheet. If you decide to seal the vents, measure the vent opening and cut a piece of liner to fit. Apply the bonding sealant to the vent frame and press the cut piece of liner into place. Step 8. With the Pro Plus liner anchored to the entire wall surface, seal all seams. Finish with foil tape as shown here, making sure to press the seam tape firmly to the liner. Seal the entire perimeter of the crawl space by applying bonding sealant along the top edge of the wall pressing firmly as you go. Also, seal cut edges around obstacles with bonding sealant. Finish with foil seam tape. Press the seam tape firmly to the liner. Step 9. Roll out the Pro Plus liner onto the floor, with the white side up. Starting next to the wall, position the floor liner on top of the extended wall liner with the edge a few inches away from the wall to provide a flat surface for the seam tape that will be applied later. Cut around any obstacles as before. Around support pillars, leave an extra liner extending up onto the pillar so the edges can be sealed. When it comes to the sump well, if you are installing the optional sump well cover, follow the instructions found after the next step on this video. To cover the sump well with the Pro Plus liner, slice the liner to allow it to go around the plumbing and electrical and over the well, as you would any other obstacle. Cover the entire floor with Pro Plus liner, overlapping seams 4 to 6 inches. Step 10. Seal all floor seams with the double-sided seal tape. Remove the release paper and press firmly to create a good seal. Finish the seams with the white seam tape, pressing firmly on the tape. Also, apply the bonding sealant and seam tape to seal any seams and edges around support pillars, the sump well, and any other obstacles you cut around. Installation of the Pro Plus liner system is now complete. The optional sump well cover will completely seal the sump well and leave access to the pump and well when needed. The installation is as follows. Step 1. Cut the outgoing sump plumbing. Step 2. Roll the floor liner over the sump well and cut a hole the diameter of the sump well. Step 3. Place the base plate over the well pit under the Pro liner and on top of the drain fabric. Step 4. Apply the bonding sealant around the perimeter of the base plate. Secure the Pro Plus liner to the base plate. Press firmly to assure a good seal. If you needed to slice the liner, seal the cut back together with the white seam tape. Step 5. Measure to determine the location and diameter of the hole needed for the discharge pipe. Use a hole saw to cut the hole in the solid cover section. With the utility knife, cut a notch for the electrical cord to feed through. Step 6. Place the cover section over the cut discharge pipe and feed the electrical cord through the notch. Assemble the center support and view window cover section. Secure all 3 sections to the base plate with 9 self-tapping screws. Step 7. Reconnect the plumbing with the rubber coupling. Step 8. Seal around the plumbing and electrical with the bonding sealant. Your sump pit is now sealed, stopping moisture, odor, and radon gas from entering your crawl space and home. Installing a new quiet check valve can optimize your crawl space improvement. The function of the check valve is to prevent water in the discharge pipe from leaking back into the sump pit when the pump turns off. If your sump system has no check valve, or the current old one is leaking, the sump pump will work more often than necessary. To install the check valve, cut a 7.5-inch piece out of your discharge pipe, and using the PVC cleaner, clean both ends and apply glue. Place the check valve into position and push together. When the glue is set, tighten the upper and lower nuts to finish the installation. For the most complete crawlspace finishing, add the Pro Plus Sealing Heat Shield as a final step. It will reflect heat back to your living area and save energy. You have now completed the job, creating a clean, dry, mold-free crawlspace and improving the indoor air quality of your home.